tonight, and let me tell you why. It's always a pleasure for me to come before an audience of dedicated and determined people who care about the community in which they live. But even more so when that audience is made up of people like you, individuals right here in my hometown who are committed to improving our school system and who are so keenly interested in enhancing the educational opportunities of Bayonne's next generation that you are willing to turn out on a night like this to attend a forum such as this. You should all give each other a round of applause because you took the time to take part in our democracy and to play a role in the civic life of our town. This year marks the first time in 35 years that we will vote to elect members of the school board, and it's about time. It also marks 44 years since I graduated from Bayonne High School and embarked upon a career in government and public service. Throughout my career on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., where I served as chief of staff and legislative analyst for a number of United States senators and congressmen from several different states, including New Jersey, I have always been a strong advocate for improving educational standards. In fact, I served on the education committees of both houses of Congress, both in the House of Representatives and the Senate. And I worked alongside several heads of the United States Department of Education, working to enact legislation to improve schools and offer more academic opportunities to students nationwide. I know how to get things done, and I will get things done for the Bayonne School District. You can be assured that I will bring my detailed knowledge, focused determination, and know-how in government to help Bayonne's school system for the benefit of all of our students, parents, and taxpayers. The Bayonne Board of Education could be accomplishing so much more to help all of our students, including special needs students and their families. Even given the financial constraints that our school system is under, we can accomplish so much more. Over the years, I have consulted with other school systems in New Jersey, in Kentucky, and in Florida, and have turned things around without turning things upside down. Now I want the opportunity to help Bayonne. That is why, if elected on November 3rd, I will travel to Washington, D.C. within the week of my election to meet with officials at the U.S. Department of Education, with key congressmen from all over the country, and even with directors of national educational foundations, private foundations, to seek out new sources of funding and new and innovative programs that our students can benefit from immediately. I will not only set the table for a better year for our school district in 2016, I will deliver. We need a school board free of political interference. We need independents elected in all three categories: the 3-year term, the 2-year term, and the 1-year term. I myself am running for the 1-year term, 18D on the ballot. And I need your vote if the Bayonne school system is to make progress. As a political scientist, I have always considered myself a public servant working to improve the community, not a politician seeking to pad his pension. You can always tell the difference between a public servant and a politician. A public servant believes in term limits. A politician does not. I believe in term limits. In fact, for some political officials, I believe in a 2-term limit. A 2-term limit, 1 term in office and 1 term in prison. But all seriousness aside, this election is truly one of the most important elections in Bayonne history for the students, for the parents, and for the taxpayers. We must take back our Board of Education now. I urge you to vote for me, John Butchko, 18D on the ballot, for the 1-year term. We can have better schools, we must have better schools, and with your support on Election Day, we will have better schools. Thank you.
Giving us the opportunity to let the people meet all these candidates, and they're amazing. Aren't they amazing, everybody? Come on. Amazing. First, I'd like to say thank you, Mayor Davis, because I really believe that your election was the catalyst for all of this. And you all know what I'm talking about. And if you can pretend like you don't, well, then we live in a different town. It's been 35 years, like John said, since an election for the school trustees has taken place. This is a diverse panel of candidates, and it's a unique blend of experience, of education, and goals. Bayonne needs all of them. We must all raise our voices to make these changes. My experiences as a mother, a grandmother, a citizen, a humanist, a lover of the arts and artists. I'm a personal trainer, and I know the importance of arts and exercise in our schools. Each child excels differently. We must ensure that we give our children the varied experiences they need to excel. I know firsthand, each of us learns differently. My own love of reading sustained me throughout my life, taught me what I could not comprehend in the classroom. It has been said that I hear the beat of a different drummer, as many people do. There has to be a place for all of the children who hear the beat of a different drummer. They may very well be the leaders of tomorrow. I know when Jimmy Davis threw his hat in the ring that I had to do something. It was my call to arms. I immediately began my one-woman campaign using social media as my platform. It was exhilarating, to say the least. As I look around this room, I see many familiar faces. I know all of you. It is comforting to know you. And it is comforting to know that you're taking an interest in our town. This is our town. We're going to take it back, and we're going to make our children very, very successful. You are the town. I will be your voice. I will promise to listen with an open mind, and I will hear you. I will not bully, and I will not be bullied. Nobody will bully us again. My dad taught me a very important lesson in life. And he said, "Doll, we're all equal. We may be different, but we're equal." He bestowed in me the love of fairness. I will use my gifts to ensure that everyone has a say, everyone has an action, and everyone succeeds. It has been at least a decade since we, the city, have been or had a transparent board. It's time for change. I am seeking a one-year term as a trustee. I am the candidate who is open to exploring new ways of meeting the changes required to reflect our city's changing needs. I am the candidate who will rely on you, the community, for guidance and truths. Your support will sustain me. There are 5 seats, 5 trustees. It is imperative that the board begin to reflect the changes that voters of this city have mandated. We must put our teachers first. Only then will our students be put first. Can you imagine waiting 5 years for a contract? Can you imagine that everything else went up but not your pay? And you went to school every day. And you took care of our most precious resource, our children. My daughter-in-law is a teacher. She gave up everything to teach. She has not been rewarded. We must reward our teachers. Someone once told me not to bite off more than I can chew, or I'd rather choke on greatness than nibble on mediocrity, especially where our children are concerned. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to thank the Rotary Club for having this event. I'd like to thank Dr. McGeehan for letting us use the auditorium. Thank you, Dr. McGeehan. And for all of you that are here tonight coming out on your busy schedule. Thank you. My name is David Solari, and I'm running for the one-year term. My qualifications: I ran budgets, I fought budgets, and I was very successful with them. I think I did a great job with those. People want to know why I'm running. Well, you know what? For years, what's been going on, it's a shame. We've just been finished talking about teachers' contracts for 5 years. Why do we have to beg for our money? Now they're in a contract dispute now. Let's get this budget going. The money has to be there for them. My desire of running. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 52 years old. I lived in Bayonne my whole life, and I graduated out of Bayonne High School. I have 2 kids. David Jr., 27, graduated out of Bayonne High School, and he played hockey for Bayonne with a great program. My daughter, 21, graduated out of Bayonne High School, and I'm a proud parent to say that she just graduated from Rutgers University. One thing came to mind when I was young, and it was called believe. And that believe was my mom. She said, if you believe in things, you could do it. You got to believe in yourself. And she's right. I believed in everything from childhood all the way on up. And everything has just been the way it's supposed to be. My kids, very successful. My son works for the city of Bayonne. My daughter will be working soon, hopefully. But the thing is called believe. What do you want to accomplish? Well, there's a lot of things you want to accomplish. First, when I get elected, I like to sit down with the teachers and see what I could do for them. We all know it's going to be a contract. But they are qualified teachers. We have the best teachers, not just in the city, but in the state. We have the best facilities. We just got a brand new field. People don't understand what we have here. Don't throw it away. Our children. I'm a firm believer of preschool, full-time preschool, not half-day. I promise you that. We should have full-time. These kids are our future. I'm not going to be here 40 years down the line, but they will. So we have to start supporting our kids. Take politics out. We don't need politics. Everything that you see that's going on always has to do with politics, and we don't need that now. I promise you that when I get in, I will sit down with the President Lawson, and I will ask him to audit the books. Let's see where everything is going. We have to start doing that. I promise you one other thing. If I can accomplish any of this, I will step down. I will resign. I will not stay here. I promise you I will do this. So on November 3rd, please talk to your family, your friends, have them talk to their family, and support me. Vote for me. David Solari, 16D. Thank you and good night.